Point of view. It's August 2020.
Those of you who don't know, I have been experiencing a few symptoms. Some of them I won't get into because they're gross. It's like lower abdomen pain. Like it's gotten worse. They're thinking, maybe I had some type of infection back in October when I had my lymph nodes swell up to like a fucking golf ball. We don't know if the kidney damage or whatever is going on with me. We don't know what it is 100% yet. We don't know, if it's permanent. It could be reversed, but we do know that like what I'm doing right now is not helping it. So,
all right, fast forward to the present. It's 2024. Don't know when the fuck that happened, but all right.
Do y'all remember that? Yeah, that's still happening. What, 2-3 years later? Feels like I'm in a TV show and the seasons are just getting more and more and more dramatic. Like, okay, bitch, what the fuck else is next? Cause like, I know everything happens for a reason, but god damn. So apparently I have this thing called chronic prostatitis / chronic pelvic pain syndrome. Anywhere from like my lower abdomen to like my very like upper thigh, including my junk, sometimes gets like inflamed, I guess, and a bitch can't walk because it fucking hurts. And it cripples us and we fall on the floor and we just gotta kind of wait it out. It feels like, I don't know what it feels like, bitch, but it fucking hurts. Yo, what's up YouTube? My name is Julius and welcome to the channel. If you're returning, welcome back, or rather I should say welcome to myself back. It's been a minute. So this really started back in I think 2020/2021, where essentially I would develop these sharp pressure pains. It's not even like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like getting kicked in the balls. That's what it feels like. It literally feels like getting kicked in the balls. It got to the point where it was like, okay, bitch, either you have an STD or like what's going on? You need to go see a doctor. My doctor once told me like, have you had any stinging? And I was just like, I don't think so. She's like, baby, you would know. So I don't think it's like that sensation or that feeling, but it does feel like someone just kicked you in the junk and it hurts. I couldn't identify a pattern to it. I couldn't identify like when this was happening, when this wouldn't happen, or, there was nothing that I would do consciously, that I at least noticed consciously, that was causing this pain to happen. And the fact that it was located in different areas around my pelvic region, it wasn't always just like in the balls. Sometimes it was like I got kicked in the gut. Sometimes it would be like I got kicked in like the side of my left leg. It happened in all sort of regions of that area. Naturally, I told my doctor about it. My doctor was like, the fuck? we have no idea what you're talking about. Like, we can run some tests and see blah, 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 blah. You know what? They checked like more than I think is necessary. They checked quite a few times for STDs and STIs, and they were like, are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? I'm like, yes, bitch. Like, so after they did all that or whatever, they just kept running tests and tests and tests and tests. And they just weren't finding anything bacterial or anything that would have caused alarm right off the bat. During this time period, at the same time, I was going through my first serious or severe like episode of restrictive eating. Like, if you don't know, I'm diagnosed with anorexia nervosa. I have restrictive eating habits at times. I'm in remission now. But at that time, I was like using substances to not eat. And I was not eating like at all. I was not eating food. I was not drinking water. Things were bad to the point where like I almost had to get hospitalized because of that. Sorry if that's TMI. I don't mean to trigger anybody. But the point being is that that's what we thought maybe this was from. It's like, bitch, you're not eating or drinking water. And maybe that's what triggered it. Whatever it was, like this region to be hurting, your like urinary, blah, 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 your pelvis, like all of that shit. Like you're like bladder, I guess. I don't fucking know that area. If it's not an STD and STI, then maybe it's something that you're eating. Or not eating, because I was not eating, I was not drinking water. So seriously, that's what made sense, right? That's what we thought it was. Another theory that we had was that maybe my liver was like compromised, or maybe my liver was fucked up because I was on lithium medication. The lithium medication made me super sick. My hair was falling out. I gained weight. I was throwing up all the time. No, I was not like having lithium toxicity necessarily, but like obviously something was the matter with my body and taking the lithium medication. It worked up here, it did not work anywhere else. I believe it was 2020, I developed a lymph node that swelled up to the size of like a golf ball on my left leg, interestingly enough, right around where the pains or happening. And it just would not go down. Lymph nodes only swell up if they're like trying to protect your body or trying to defend your body from something, or to alert you that, hey, there's something not correct here. The point I'm saying is that there was nothing wrong with me, apparently. Apparently. Fast forward 6 months after this, pain started. So I don't know, we thought it was like kidneys or something. We didn't know what the fuck it was, is my point. Thought it was a whole bunch of different things. I saw my primary care doctor. I saw that surgeon who took the lymph node out, asked him. I went to a urologist. I went to like 2 different urologists, actually. Until the 3rd urologist this past August, let me know what I had, diagnosed me within like 5 to 10 minutes. And he was like, oh, you've got chronic pelvic pain syndrome, bitch. Like, yeah, that's easy. Since it's not caused by bacteria, as in like I haven't had a bacteria infection, I guess in that area or just in general when they ran their tests, that means it's probably caused from something maybe physiological or something like that. Sometimes it's caused by stress or trauma in the region, and then automatically I was like, whoa, let's roll it back. Because as he was talking, he listed off the different things that it could be. Like I think he said like trauma in the region, like if I was on a bicycle or something, it doesn't have to be a whole lot. But then when he said stress, bitch, he said stress. I had to dial it back. So I was like, you're saying that stress could have caused this? He's like, well, yes, that's actually one of the biggest things. You know, trauma, stress, a lot of like mental health, mental illness issues, or mental trauma issues. And I was like, bitch, are you fucking serious? Like, are you fucking? I lost it. Not like lost it, but I was just like, that's what it is, because that's what it has to be. Considering that I'm living with complex PTSD, complex trauma, like all these host of mental illnesses, panic disorder, and since 2020, I've been fucking losing it. Literally quite fucking losing it. I've been losing it. This would make sense. So what do we do about that? What do we do about this? Well, I'm still learning about it, and I'm still coming to terms with it. Here's how I feel. Number 1, this is some bullshit. That's just straight off the bat how I feel. Number 2, it scares the crap out of me, because when I started this channel back in 2018, and I was talking about, I don't know what it means to be bipolar. Like, I'm just kind of like learning this because I was just diagnosed. Haha, it's kind of fun, but like at the same time, haha, definitely not fun. It wasn't as serious, like, I was a child. I'm still a child, kind of. No, I'm not. I'm a girl. I'm 27. Point being is that I was 22, 23 at the time, and I was just reading and trying to like absorb as much knowledge about bipolar disorder as possible. Fast forward to now, at age 27, I'm just like, okay, so everything I read has come true, almost. Not like it wasn't like a prophecy, but like my life has taken a few turns, you know, in terms of stability. Not being on medication, being on medication, hearing voices, job instability, financial instability, being manic, relationship instability, being on like long-term, then being on short-term, then long-term disability, like all of this shit, like having legal trouble, all of this shit. I read in all these different publications at the age of 22, 23, and I was just like, damn, these people are going through it. Damn, these people are blah, blah, blah. Damn, these people are blah, blah, blah. I'm so happy I'm not them, and I may have this shit. Like, I was just like so optimistic, and it's not that like I don't have this shit together right now. No, I don't. But it's not like I'm going to not have this shit together in the future. But it's just like, bitch, in my mind, this sounds so fucked up. Growing up, you know, this just was not like, I shouldn't have had these issues. It should have like, I should have been able to deal with them, right? I should have like escaped that type of lifestyle, that life, because I have the resources to do it. Bitch, I don't give a, the universe don't give a fuck. Point being is that like, in all of the issues I have, they talk about how inflammation, number 1, is like one of the biggest things that develop, like, and then like, other physical shit starts to happen to you because of the amount of stress and the amount of like trauma and the amount of like just everything that you've gone through. Your body starts to break apart. That's why our life expectancies are shorter. That's why we develop these different illnesses, and that's why like shit just like falls apart. And I'm scared of that, because if everything else has happened, this is happening kind of just like, it's kind of happening as prophet. Okay, I know I said I wasn't prophesizing, but it literally feels like that's what's happening. I'm like seeing a timeline of where it happens when you're diagnosed with these things. In terms of mental illnesses, you're diagnosed here, and then like these many years happen, this many years happen, and this happens, and this, like, I can see what's going on. I can see it. And mental health and mental illness doesn't scare me. It's these physical illness shits that scare me. Like at one point they were trying to get a camera up my fucking dick, like up the little hole. A camera, which apparently is super routine and they do it all the time. I don't give a fuck. I didn't want to do that, especially, and they don't put you under at all. They just numb the area. Hell the fuck No, it frustrates me. It makes me angry. It makes me sad. It makes me scared. Because I don't know what the fuck else could happen. And this, like, I feel stressed, but I've always been stressed. This has happened, like, this happened as a reaction. I don't know exactly why this happened. We think it's stress. Maybe it's not stress, but it probably is stress considering what was going on in my life. I also feel angry, super, super angry. It's an emotion I've been feeling a lot lately, just in general. But like, my mind just goes straight to the fact that all of this could have been avoided. Had I not been traumatized in the first place, this wouldn't be happening. So now, not only am I fucking traumatized, but I also now have developed this chronic condition. Why does it have to come with all the fucking pain? Like, the amount of pain, it varies from degree to degree, but people are not getting it in my life. Like, my friends, my family, they're not fucking getting it, and they don't understand, and I'm trying to tell them, like, bitch, when the pain comes on, sometimes I can walk it off. Cool. Other times, I'm literally on the floor, fetal position, screaming my ass off, and like, just not crying, but like, I do this weird thing like, oh my God, please, bitch. I just start cussing, and I just start saying like, not whimpering, but like, yeah, it's like that. This shit hurts, and I don't want to go through it all the time. And it's like, there's no pattern, rhyme, or reason. How's that? Actually, we found a small pattern. The pattern being that, like, if you drink alcohol or, you know, use stimulants, like Adderall, that provoked it a lot. And other stimulants, you know, other stimulants provoked it. Point being is that substances provoked it. Certain foods will provoke it. There's different things that you can do to prevent it from flaring up. Looking back on it, and when they said stress and looking at the patterns of shit, I'm like, oh bitch, it's the stress. It's definitely the fucking stress. Because guess what? August, it was feeling bad. It was feeling terrible. It's because I moved in. I had to move in with my father. I had that whole fiasco that I didn't really talk about, but I'm gonna talk about, but it's like that whole I had a giant life transition. So of course, stress, that's when it was happening. Then it went away. And then guess when it fucking popped back up again? November, end of November, December, this time right now, and it's not super, super bad, but it's popping up because, bitch, I'm stressed. I'm stressed out. And now it's a clear pattern. Now I can identify like, oh, that's exactly when this starts happening. And it's like, is this gonna happen for the rest of my life? No. Oh, because there's no cure, y'all. There's no cure. I forgot to say that. But there is medication I can take. There is medication. I just have not taken it yet. And that's because, well, of the comorbidity of my other illnesses. I don't want to take something that, if you know anything about me, then you know how I feel about fucking medication. I believe it works. It works wonders. It's great for you. Take your pills. Like, I love it. If you're on it, I love that for you if it's working. I love medicine. It's helped me 1,000 times. Until it fucking didn't. And it fucked my shit all the way up. They fucking prescribed me a rectal suppository so you know I stick it up my ass, that contains ketoprofen, lidocaine, and Valium. Well, that does sound fun, doesn't it? And you basically take it for 6 weeks. And if that doesn't work, because again, there's no cure, what they're saying is that would help it now. And then let's say in a few months or in a few years or whatever, it could flare back up again. Because that's what it does. It flares up when it has like stress or when there's trauma or when you back. It's not gonna go away. But I also don't understand, why am I taking the medication that has the possibility to like increase my weight. They don't know a lot about it. It could be bad for me. Like, I just get this like fear, anxiety, panic overtaking it when the prostatitis, the pain is not there to begin with all the time anyway. Like, from August until now, I have not really been feeling it. Like, it's been dormant or whatever. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, why would I take a medication that could potentially fuck me up if it's not gonna, number one, prevent future flare-ups, number two, if it's not flaring up right now, until of course it starts to flare up, and then I'm like, bitch, you need to get the medication. I need to get the medication. You need to get the medication, because it's like, it hurts. And I just don't know what to do. Fucking sucks. And it's just like, really, like, are you so serious right now? Like, I'm a good person. I don't deserve this. I can deal with the bipolar disorder. I can deal with the panic disorder. I can deal with the PTSD, chronic PTSD, complex PTSD. I can deal with the anorexia. I can deal with all of that shit. I can't deal with like my fucking junk or my fucking lower abdomen, or like the fact that I can't walk if this starts to hurt for like 2-3 hours, and then I'm rolling around, quite literally rolling around in pain. All because I was just a little bit stressed out, you know? But no, like on a real serious note, I think this just goes to show like how serious trauma is on the body, and like how how serious, just picture how serious it is. As somebody who is living with complex trauma, who has a developmental trauma disorder and has experienced complex trauma that has compounded over years. For me, 0 to 18 is the trauma I experienced. Like this is what my body now is like having, like, bitch, it's that trauma has now had an impact on me, or it's having an impact on me, not just mentally, but physically. And yeah, trauma is no fucking joke, and I'm not really sure how to deal with it. I'm not really sure if I'm dealing with it at all. I don't know. It's all like, I'm just rolling with the punches. I'm gonna talk more about this, obviously, but I just kind of, I needed to say, at least tell y'all what the fuck I found out, what the fuck it was and what this is. The crazy thing is that apparently there's not a whole bunch of information on it, or there is a whole bunch of information, but like there needs to be more in terms of treatment, because they really don't know why it's caused. They really don't. I mean, it's not with everything in this realm. We don't know why it's caused. We don't really know how to treat it, but here, take this. It could help you, or, you know, we could do the opposite. We can hate the pharmaceutical companies in this. If life's a bitch, which she is, she better at least know that I'm the head bitch, because I'm not gonna let this break me. Except for, you know, of course, when I can't walk at times. That sucks. Or like when it starts to happen when I'm like outside at a club or at a bar or anywhere else where I have to like stand up and walk. It fucking sucks. But yeah. How are y'all doing? Happy holidays, by the way. That's all I have for this video. But be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll hit y'all back with some more. Peace.